Hi, this is day 7 of week 1 of 52 weeks of vlogging, and I finally changed my shirt because today is Family Literacy Day. And you know what that means? We are leaving the house. So the Hubbles and I packed the kidlets into the rental car with butt-warming seats. I love butt-warming seats. And headed down to the Science Center. Now, I've got to admit that when I first heard that the Family Literacy Day events were being held at the Science Center, I was all, what? Because like most people, when I think of literacy, I think of letters which make up words which make up books. But the Science Center is awesome, and we have a membership, so off we went. And while we were there, we met the Gruffalo, and Captain Underpants, and folded some paper airplanes, and then tested those paper airplanes, and then sent them up a tube that shot them up towards the ceiling and across the room. And we saw Canadian icon and national treasure Robert Munch tell an awesome joke about Walmart. And then we went back to the paper airplane shooting tube, and somewhere between Captain Underpants and Robert Munch, I started thinking about how literacy might start with letters and books, but it doesn't stop there. Because literacy is less about the letters P and B than about the understanding that when you put them together, you mean lead. Because the ancient Romans spoke Latin, and Latin for lead was plumbum, and they made pipes and roofs and gutters out of it, which is where we get the words plumber and plumbing. Or understanding how a group of high schoolers could make this magic square, and then let a group of art students turn it into these beautiful lino prints, which were sent to some fashion students to turn into beautiful clothing. My favorite is this dress by Som Kong and Rebecca Tan. I really hope I said Som Kong right. Literacy is about understanding that the magnetic iron in this ferrofluid is what makes headphones and speakers work. And it's the very same iron that's in my cast iron pans and the kidlets' cornflakes. And that the force acting on this sculpture and this fish and this airplane is wind, a whole lot of air particles moving together in the same direction. Literacy is about making the connections from A to B to C. And while we can read information in books, we cement our understanding of it through experience. And this is where words and science meet. In Back to Methuselah, George Bernard Shaw wrote, "You see things and say why, but I dream things that never were and say why not." And the ability to ask why what is, and simultaneously to imagine what has yet to be, is the gift and the legacy of the junction of literacy with science. Read a book. Ask why. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.